up, It Girls? It's your girl, Britney Shields, and welcome to the It Girl podcast. My special It Girl co-host of the week is my mother.
Hey!
Yeah. I was going to say my mother, biological, as opposed to like a drag mother or something like that.
Right.
Thanks for coming on the pod.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course. You're a longtime listener.
I am.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yes. 35 years of listening.
You've been listening to this.
To Britney.
Yeah, to Britney. Absolutely. Well, because we were just talking about how there was, what people don't know is this is not my first podcast. I've had this one during the quarantine, the pandemic. I had Quality Quarantine, which is when I would FaceTime various people from my life, you included.
Yes.
To talk about, I forget even what the premise was, but it was just like, just doing this same thing of like talking to people and like sort of getting to know them. And then Smart Enough.
Yes.
Which was sort of like a political, theoretical podcast.
And really tracing back to your childhood.
Exactly. Yes.
There was let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I know. I've always, I think it's interesting because, I have obviously tried a variety of things. Yeah. And it's interesting that the talk show sort of element sort of keeps coming back.
Yes. And I would say it's because you were always curious and you were always wanting to learn about others and what they thought and what they felt. And you just love to talk and discuss things and topics. And I just remember that all through growing up to now. And so it just makes sense that the podcast format fit for you. I mean, I just think it's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, how does it feel to be on the show?
Really fun, and I'm honored. I'm just honored that you would want me to be. And
of course.
It's really fun to be in the culture.
Yeah, yes. You famously visited West Hollywood once and said, what was it? You were like, well, I'm part of the culture.
The culture now.
I'm part of the culture. Because you've been, for 20 years, you've been visiting. We've gone to the Abbey many times together. We've shut it down till the lights came on.
I was like, Alice, we're going to stay 30 minutes. I'm tired. We're going to leave at 11 o'clock. And then you had to like drag me out of there at 2 a.m. Mom, we got to go.
Know. At first, you did not want to go.
No.
You were like, I'm too old. Everybody's going to look at me.
You know what was so profound about that experience is I was terrified about going because I was the minority in that population. I was way older. I'm a straight female and I'm a mom. And I thought, I'm not going to fit in. I'm going to be odd man out. And here I walk in and they accepted me and loved me and included me instantly. And it was amazing because it was like a flip of how I would perceive gay people to feel in a straight world, right?
Yeah.
And then, but that doesn't happen to gay people going into a straight bar.
Right. If they don't have that same level of acceptance.
Right. Yeah. And that's what was so incredibly
I mean, that night
amazing.
We'd look over and you'd be like hugging a random gay boy and being like, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm giving you so much love. Yeah, go on.
I think a lot of it was because I heard a lot of stories about their mothers. I triggered for them, oh my gosh, I wish my mother could be here. And this is why. And I just heard a lot of stories about various reasons why their mom couldn't be there. And so I felt like the stand-in mom for them. And I just said, I'll be your mom tonight. Just allow me to bring that mother energy and be here for you and love you no matter what and all of that. And just because your mother can't go to a gay bar doesn't mean she doesn't love you deep in her heart. I know she does, but this is hard for a lot of people.
Yeah. What advice do you have for maybe moms or parents who are struggling with wrapping their head around having a gay son or a gay daughter, or just, somebody who is different, a drag queen, or like what advice do you have for them?
Is just
buckle up.
Yeah. Get over it. Get over it. And you're going to miss out, get on the train, or you're going to be left behind, because they're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to be who they're going to be. They are who they are. Let go of all of your expectations. Understand we all have them. Everybody does.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That you thought things were going to go this way and they took a turn. They took a turn again. It's been a tremendous lesson in letting go, and your children are not yours to own and control in any way, shape, or form. And you can love and support and advise when asked, and sometimes when not asked. Which I have done, of course. But overall, just let them be what they're going to be. Give them roots and wings.
Yeah.
And when you've got a drag queen daughter, give her wings, because if you don't give her wings, then you're the one ultimately that loses out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm not one that likes to.
You don't like to miss out.
I don't like to miss out.
You do not like to miss out.
That's why I'm here. And that's why I visited West Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's why I visited LA so many times, because I don't want to be left out. And I also want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to learn. And get over the fear, and the awkwardness and the difference and the wow, I didn't imagine this.
Yeah, how did you feel about, because the drag was unexpected for me too. Like, it's not like I grew up talking about becoming a drag queen, or like this being my, ultimate dream or anything. What has it been like for you to sort of watch the journey and be like, okay, like, let's see where this goes?
Yeah, it is very different. Again, I'm going to be honest. It's a bit of a gulp. It's a bit of a, I'm not used to this. This is different. And then just allowing it to take its shape and form in you. And ultimately, if it lights you up, you laugh and enjoy. One of the things I love about your podcast is your laugh and your connection with the queens. And I can feel the sisterhood, and I love that aspect. So back to the advice, just find the things you can get on board with first. The joy that your son is having and becoming a drag queen. Focus on that. Don't focus on all the parts that make you feel scary, or awkward,
or that we've been told that about where this leads.
Right, because your son's laughter, whether they're 3 years old laughing at a cartoon or 33 years old laughing with a fellow queen, isn't that the magic? Isn't that what warms a mother's heart? Forget what the story is or what the thing is that's making him laugh. If he's finding joy, connect to the joy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be joyful. He's joyful.
Yeah, exactly. And you've had, it's fun. It's interesting because obviously we were talking about this earlier at breakfast today, just about how, life in general takes these unexpected turns. And I think what we can relate to, maybe mothers or fathers who expected their child's life to go a certain way, is that we all experience that disappointment when our life doesn't go the way that we were planning it in our heads. You've had several experiences like that in your own life. What are some of the lessons and the takeaways? Like, how did you arrive at this place now where you're thinking about, you're able to sort of withstand the changing tides and the abrupt,
Right.
I guess my life is going in this direction. What are some of the tools that, you would recommend to others?
I think just letting go of expectations of others and myself, letting go of what I thought was going to happen, and also watch self-judgment when those changes occur, instead of personalizing it and saying, oh, I must have messed up. I must have done something wrong that this didn't happen. But accept that it's a lot of things. It's a very complicated world, and we're complicated humans, and shit happens. And, the less self-judgment, the better.
Yeah.
I've really worked on that. So I'm a lot freer about change and, riding the wave of life. And what's so interesting, I'm thinking about that pottery sculpture that you gave me when I got divorced for Mother's Day. And it's a stone in a wave, and it's pottery. So it's still, and you just wrote waves of change on it. And, it's the ripple of the pot. You just ride the wave.
Absolutely.
Bring your surfboard. That's been a theme in our family.
Absolutely. Bring your surfboard.
Bring your surfboard, and everything's like that. Joy is like that. It comes and goes, the impermanence of life. Joy, anger, grief, all the complexities. It comes in waves. And I think something that age gives you is the true evidence of that, because now I can look back at 60-something and look back and go, oh, wow, I did get through that, and I got through that, and I got through that, and I never would expect it. I never would expect it. I would be sitting here, doing a podcast with my son as a drag queen.
It is kind of wild.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I recently got to pick out a wedding dress for my, future daughter-in-law and get to see these beautiful guys. I never expected I would get to be in on that because I had 2 sons, and I got invited, and a friend of mine said to me, I like hanging out with Mary Beth because she always says yes. And that's the other advice.
Secret.
Is secret.
Say yes.
Say yes. And that's old school. That's been said many times, but I'm kind of that person.
We're not reinventing the wheel here.
Right. We're not.
Yeah.
Is say yes. If you get an opportunity, somebody invites you, your son says, let's go to the Abbey.
Yeah.
You're try it once. You don't have to
do it ever again.
No.
Yeah.
If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But try it.
Yeah, exactly. And so you are, I would say, definitely somebody who, as we were mentioning just a couple moments ago, you're somebody who strangers feel very comfortable opening up to. We obviously joke about being on airplanes or
I always
Uber
say,
rides about
people talk to me. They just talk to me. By the way, shout out to Tony Soto. You're just hilarious.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was not paid. That was not planned. What's the shout out? Tell her. What do you want her to know?
Oh, just the humor. Her humor.
What do you think it is that we like so much about Tony?
She's just acerbic and cuts to the bone of truth of life. No, just cuts to it. Just says their truth. You can disagree, but I mean, and fucking funny.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. Oh. Sure. We're dropping F-bombs for Tony Soto. You're very lucky, Tony. She doesn't do that for anybody.
No. I save them up all year.
Yes. Yes, we love Tony Soto. But back to the point of strangers opening up to you. What do you think it is about you that makes people open up?
I don't know. My best friend Jill, I always say, the least judgmental person I've ever known. And she was not judgmental at 18 years old. And I have learned from her. And I've seen that life that she's lived because she drops judgment. She really does. Yeah. And so I've really worked on that. And I think that's part of it, is that I don't judge. I welcome. I see the good in people instantly.
Yeah.
And I think they feel that, that it's just like, bring it, tell me.
Yeah.
With my eyes.
Whatever you got.
I can work with it. I want to hear it. I can volley. I want to hear it. It doesn't scare me. As long as it's not, threatening kind of behavior.
Sure. Yeah.
But
as long as you're not about to murder me,
right? We're fine.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's just acceptance.
Yeah. And you and Jill, you go on these tremendous hikes.
Yes, every
year to a different extremely challenging location. What compels you, first of all,
do that?
To go on these super, difficult hikes? And then what is it that you get out of these experiences?
Oh, well, just connection to nature and connection to each other. I think being out in the woods together, following each other on a trail, we just drop into this deep connection to each other, to the world, Mother Nature, and whatever is it's our podcast, whatever's it's our it girl, so we talk about who's our what's our thing, what's going on, and we've been doing it for years, and we mark our trips by what was going on in our life at the time. What were we going through? You do like a
full process of the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you guys even talk about like, which year was your favorite year of your 50s?
Right.
Which year was your favorite year of your 40s or 30s?
Or Canada was the trip I dropped all that baggage. Remember? Oh yeah, we dropped it in the river, the baggage or whatever we were going, job loss, ex-boyfriends, having children, raising them.
Well, surely you've never had issues with your children before.
Well, no.
Yes,
never.
No. Have you picked out your next location yet? Are you ready to announce for the podcast?
Wait. Yeah. We have a friend going through some stuff, and she lives in San Diego, and we love her, and we thought we might do a SoCal, maybe hike SoCal down there. We've done.
What range is down there? Or what trail is
we
down
don't
there?
know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Something. Yeah.
What are some of the past trails, just so people have an idea?
Jackson Hole, Wyoming, we loved. The Rockies, Rocky Mountain National Park, Glacier in Canada. We hiked Switzerland for our 50th birthday. We did a hut-to-hut in the Alps in Switzerland. That was big. Jill got the big idea that we should, whatever our age is, it's the mileage we should do. And I said, Jill, you realize it's not going to work that way.
We should go the reverse.
We should go the reverse, which we kind of are doing. And we boutique hike. We hike and then we don't camp. Like we stay in a nice place, eat nice dinners, wake up the next day and hike all day. So it really is just our just love for each other. And, we always say when you've got a friend that historic, we met when we were 16, double cast in a play where we were theater kids. And, you meet and you have somebody who's known you that long, who's seen all the ages and stages that you've gone through. And again, no judgment, has just held you, has just listened. She really modeled that first. I was more judgmental for sure. And probably still am. You know what I mean? I was more no, but they should do this and this and this. And that's wrong. And blah, blah, blah. And she's more, let's sit with that. She's got that very Buddhist energy of sit with it. We're all, the message will come. We're not
the rock in the stream.
Be the rock in the stream. Boy, and she literally gave me that advice one year when I was just all kinds of things were happening back home. And she just said, just be the rock in the stream. While we're literally sitting next to a rock in a stream. And nature's a great metaphor for life.
For a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, I feel like maybe I should take that rock in the stream thing for where I'm at in life right now.
Let's do it. Let's see. I don't offer any advice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you just sort of mentioned being a theater kid. Of course, you were a theater teacher, a high school theater teacher for many, many years. What was the most challenging aspect of being a teacher, and what was the most rewarding?
Most challenging definitely was disappointing kids with casting. I took that very, very hard because I knew that when you gave that lead in whatever show, it would catapult. It was such joy. I knew the gift I was giving. I also knew the gift I was not giving if I didn't cast them.
Yeah.
And that was very painful, even though, of course, I would try to include everybody and give them something and just be a part of it. But as we all know, the lead's the lead. I mean, or the great role's the great role, and we all want it. And including me. And I would tell them over and over, I was that kid. I was that theater kid who wanted every lead in every show and didn't get it. And I had disappointment.
Right.
And success. But you know what I mean? And also the kid that just works so hard and is so precious and so lovely, but they just can't sing a note.
Right.
You just can't cast them, and gut
you
wrenching.
See them working hard, but
that part of it was by far the hardest.
Yeah.
For me. And then maybe a couple of parents along the way. And some evil emails. But that's the tea, that's gosh.
I'm sure there are a lot of teachers out there that can relate to the evil emails
you had to
of it all.
You had to learn not to take that personally.
Yeah.
They were just upset.
First, what's the most rewarding?
Oh, the most rewarding is just seeing the friendships and the world that theater brings to these kids who don't really have a place outside in sports or the cheerleading or, the clubs, but that they find in my room anyway, I hoped, camaraderie, acceptance. You love this. I love this. We're all in this together. The High School Musical cliche, being able to offer that. And I, one former student called it, Miss V, you gave me a playground. He often talked about the theater itself being his playground. This is my jungle gym. These are my swings. This is where I can come and just be me and be a kid and celebrate and not be teased, not be none of it. Just be accepted.
Yeah. And why is, for those who are trying to cut funding to these programs and all of that, why is it important that we keep funding to these programs?
Yeah, well, because mental health for these kids. I saw what an outlet it was.
Yeah.
Again, and community, finding community for these kids. Number one, their health, mental health, for sure.
Well, because it's about more than just performing on stage. It's about being able to connect and relate to other humans.
Absolutely.
And I remember, you taught before the pandemic, you taught through the pandemic, you taught after the pandemic. Talk about the change that you saw during that time period.
Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, because I taught online and it was just awful.
Teaching theater online.
It was terrible.
Imagine. Trying to teach theater online.
You really can. And so they wrote a lot. It was just writing, and that's not really my thing. I always say you're a great writer. I'm not, and writing's not my forte. I was a performer, and so I can teach performing because I feel like I know it. But anyway. And then after the pandemic, they came back and they just couldn't move their bodies. I was in shock. Even my most advanced students came back, and we would always do these warm-ups, these great physical things. And I got them in a circle and they didn't move. And I went, oh my gosh, they forgot. They're afraid. They were just so stiff and afraid. And it was really sad and scary. And then, of course, they were even more addicted to the screen on their phone because they had just been on it 24/7 for a year and a half. Yeah. So weaning them off that, getting them back in their bodies, getting them back playing and looking at each other in the eye and responding and playing. And now I feel like we're finally back. I really do. With that anyway, the kids, you know, and they want their phones to be taken away. We take them
Really?
now. Oh yeah.
Okay.
They love it. I could pass through with the bin and they say, please take it. I'm powerless over it. They know they are.
They know they're addicted.
They do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they want an authority to take it. Yes.
Wow. That's really interesting.
Yeah. I can see it in their eyes. It's just this, please take it from me. And that's the other thing that teaching taught me was you know, you always think the discipline, of course, I hate it as well, was enforcing discipline, but they crave it and they want it. And that got me to a place of, I need to do this instead of dreading it. They need the consequence.
They want it.
They want it. They want it.
Yeah.
Outwardly, they don't.
This is going to help them. This is actually helping them in the long run.
Right.
Yeah.
Deep down in their soul, they are asking me to not let them outside the classroom because they know they're going to get into some shitsole out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please don't let me go. But they're saying with their words, can I go? Can I go to the bathroom for 30 minutes and get in trouble?
Yeah. Right. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's, and I think if more teachers could really tap into that, the ones that have a hard time with the discipline, there's always the badasses too, that have no trouble with it.
Right.
That's a whole other thing. I wasn't that. I had trouble with it.
Yeah.
You have to really get to a point of, no, this is what they need and what they want. And it's okay.
Yeah. Well, and I think something that we are seeing, or at least for those of us that aren't in the academic educational world, we hear a lot about all the pressure that's put onto teachers and, you know, the classrooms expanding, getting larger, the, you know, of course, the tragic mass shootings that we have every year and the debate of whether to arm teachers or, you know, any of that. What advice do you have? Of course, you technically retired.
Yes, I'm just back part-time.
You're back part-time. Back part-time. Can't stay away.
No.
But what advice do you have for teachers, and in what ways can we improve how we treat teachers as a society?
Yeah. Well, listen to us, because we know, you know, we're in the trenches. It's kind of like, you know, like anything. Listen to them and go visit them. Go to a classroom. I wish the people making the rules, a lot of administrators that I respected over the years had teaching backgrounds because they had been in the trenches. And that's the best, is you've got to know the day in and day outness of that job in order to really establish the rules and what are you asking of us. Please walk with me all day.
Yeah.
And then tell me what I should and should not do.
Right.
You know?
And what you have the capacity for.
And what you have the capacity for. And what's important and what isn't. You know, that's a big debate. You know, is dress code that important? You know, versus, you know, a teacher that doesn't uphold the rules at all. You know, what are you going to put on the what's important of hierarchy?
Yeah.
And that's hard because everybody's different.
For sure.
But
yeah. Well, and you touched on it a little bit, but any advice for teachers that are entering into the workforce or like who are thinking about maybe making teaching a profession?
It's a calling for sure. And by that, I mean, not to be too woo-woo, but it's got to really be something you want to do from your soul, like a soul's calling, like I believe nursing is a calling, you know, that you really want to be with students, help students. It's not for the summers off, and it's not for it's a good job. It's got benefits, and it is. I mean, it is a good job, but it will tug on you emotionally, physically, psychologically. You'll get triggered every day because they're human beings you're working with.
Yeah.
You know,
and they're not like normal coworkers. I mean, they are coworkers technically. I mean, in some ways.
And I saw, you know, 156 students a day.
Crazy.
And that's a lot of beings and a lot of energy and different things they say and do, and you get triggered. And so you've got to be in it soulfully. If you're in it in your head, oh, I'm just going to do this for 3 years, or I'm going to do it for the bloody blah. They're the one, I've seen it. They just go, they run for the door, you know?
Yeah.
I was lucky. I do think it was a calling for me. I do.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting hearing you talk about it, because I think some would say the same for drag, actually.
Oh, really?
You can see people's intention
Yep.
of why they are doing it. What is the reasoning behind it? What is the, grander scheme, and those that are in it for maybe the wrong reasons have they get ground down easier than some others that maybe are more about like being a part of the community and being a part of like, no, we're in this together. Let's have fun. Let's create
right. And I just have to say what I've loved about listening to podcasts is I've learned so much about drag.
This podcast. Listening to this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much about drag and the queens' courage. They're all just so courageous.
Aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, it's so inspiring. I find it inspiring because I'm like, my God, if they can do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, put yourself out there like that. Compete. Perform.
Get critiqued in front of an audience.
The makeup,
I know you saw me get ready today.
The process, and
the
then
accoutrement,
the bag, dragging the bag, and walking down the street in the heels, and the I'm just
being out amongst the people,
and I'm like, this is courageous. And I've learned that's been very, very inspiring to see you in this journey and hear all your other queens that you've had on. It's something.
Yeah. What lessons about it do you take into your own life?
Just that back to, I'm a chicken shit. Here I thought I was, kind of brave. I'm not.
Oh my God.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
This is a whole other level that I never was. And just kind of back to being a mom of a queen and just other mothers and other parents. It really is. I think the parents that are so angry their kids are gay or whatever, or trans, or that it's different. But I think deep down that anger is fear. I really do. The root of it is they're fearful for their child. They're afraid. I remember, you wanted to take dance lessons in 5th grade. Famously, me, open-minded, gay friends, theater person, and I was afraid.
Yeah.
I kind of said,
to steer,
let's do something. Right. How about this, honey? Look over here. How about soccer? Look over here. And it wasn't because I didn't want you to dance. It was because I was afraid of how others would treat you, what teasing you might get from it, what the other kids in your classroom would think if they saw you. And then I began to see there was really no stopping you. Even if your mother said...
I thought you were going to say there was no stopping them from making fun of me.
Well, that's true. That's true, too.
It was going to happen regardless of what I did, you know?
That's true, too. Unfortunately. That's very sad. It is.
Yeah, not to be dark about it, but I'm always and I think it's interesting because I think maybe people in this community think of me as a positive person. When I think compared to the family, I'm more of a negative person.
Because we're pretty, and my sister would definitely say, oh, for sure.
Yeah, my aunt and I are definitely
the
closest to being the pins of the family.
The pins of the family.
Yeah, the realist.
Yes, I'm definitely a balloon.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, look over here, do something else. And he's, I meant there was no stopping you, that you found, you did it anyway.
You
did it anyway. You found the jump rope crowd and you jump roped in the talent show and you did this and that. And I went, oh, this is out of my control. Let me get out of the way.
Right.
And then I slowly did. And I know in the talent show in high school, and your brother was afraid. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Marcus
of
being afraid for you.
Yeah.
And that we didn't want you to do certain things in the talent show. He was like, oh, and he called me the famous call from Target. Mom, he's buying capris. Don't let him buy capris.
I think everyone listening is probably like, you should have listened and not let him buy capris.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Like they're probably at home being like, yeah, that's one where you could have been a little more judgmental.
and I wasn't. At that point, I said, Marcus, let him wear what he wants to wear.
Yeah. Oh my God. Crazy. Which one of my projects were you the most nervous about and then the most surprised by how much you enjoyed it, liked it, or by the end result?
Well, very nervous. We were very nervous about your Aladdin at the
I love all the way back to high school. That one? Okay, great.
That one.
So tell them.
You sang, you were the genie with the gold lame pants and the
and
blue.
I painted
yourself blue. And you were on stage alone. I mean, I think, again, you carried that number, never had a friend like me, right?
Yeah.
Friend and like you me. Sang it.
I sang it live.
You didn't lip sync.
There was no lip syncing back then.
No.
Baby, those were live vocals.
Yes, and you can
put some
sing.
respect on that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that project, the rest, I don't know. I wasn't really afraid.
Right. You kind of just hear, when was the first time you heard about the It Girl podcast in terms of like me planning it or thinking about it or?
Yeah, I guess maybe 6 months before you did it, maybe, or a few months. And you said you were starting to do drag. And I think the first show I saw was Tony Soto's, right?
Battle Babies.
Battle Babies. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. Yeah, I saw Battle Babies. And that was a real eye-opener.
Yeah.
And I guess, that was a little, I had the fear. I had the nervousness.
Sure. That also was a really weird number.
It was.
To see.
Okay. No, meaning,
wow.
No.
Don't agree too quickly.
I'm not judgmental. You see that?
It was a weird one. It's right there.
Well,
no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, it was a weird one in the sense that I was dressed as like Kristen Wiig from Target.
Right.
It wasn't like a glamorous.
That's what I meant.
It wasn't like, know.
Right. That's what I meant.
And interestingly enough, we're about to go see me perform at the Abbey, and it's another weird one.
Right,
it's not like the most glamorous one.
But I've seen a lot of the videos because I'm not here very often.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I miss a lot. So I have to watch them on video. So
yeah, do you go out a lot? You go to a lot of concerts.
Yeah.
You go to a lot of, but what is the downtown Atlanta scene like? How would you describe it culturally?
Oh, well, we have everything, I think. I think the gay scene is popping for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of my former students are down there having fun.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Do you ever, go down and hang out with them?
Oh, no, I don't go in the gay bars with them. No,
yeah.
I don't do that. Yeah. But they just tell me about it.
That's far too.
That's a little, we go to lunch and they tell me about it.
You were not like the weird theater teacher that hung out with the students.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Yeah. No. In fact, when I first hired, they told me they were like wanting me to do that. And I was like, oh, no. No. I'm going to bed. I'm going home. I'm going to, there's a big boundary between you and me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now I'm friends with quite a few that, are in the biz in one way or another. And we go to lunch or dinner. They look me up if I'm in, whatever. And I just hear about the scene. And they love it. So that's fun. And it's very artsy and all kinds. We have everything. All the big shows come through and, the Broadway shows play at the Fox and all the big bands come through. Any band that's on tour will hit Atlanta. And so.
What are some of your favorite bands? Like what kind of music are you into?
Well, I always loved indie rock. You know, I was a more indie rock kind of girl. But
you love singer-songwriters.
And I love singer-songwriters for sure. Well, I love lyrics.
Yeah.
I think that's just being a theater kid too, right? Lyrics
I don't know.
is lines.
I
really?
don't know. I mean, like, you know, some people have I mean, everybody's different, right? Like, I think some people have an appreciation for the stories that are told lyrically. Some people have an appreciation for the wordplay or the word tricks. I think other people are more about the vocal capabilities. You know, some people are into vocalists. You know?
Oh, that's true.
So it varies.
Yeah. I was always into the story, the plot, the lines, the clever writing.
The emotional connection.
Yes. Yes. And I mean, again, you are an amazing writer as well.
Thank you.
I don't know if people know that about you, but you are. And
Thank you.
Always appreciate great writing. Always. So that's what gets me. So singer-songwriter. It's the poetry. It's the lyrics.
The poetry of it. Yeah. Yeah, Indigo. I'm trying to think of Bob Dylan as the
king of it for me.
As one of your
all-time favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're not going to get into It Girls or do any of that because this is a special bonus episode. But how are you feeling about just culture in general right now? Like, are you nostalgic for any sort of, is there any sort of time period that you're the most nostalgic for culturally? Are you enjoying this current time period? I mean, as you think of your answer for this, I know that one of the things that you've talked about a lot in terms of enjoying being a high school teacher is that it keeps you in touch with, it keeps you young because you're keeping in touch with what is current, what is happening, what are the kids talking about. So that's also helped, I think, at least from what you've said in terms of staying relevant, staying young, staying, you know, mentally agile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like Cowboy Carter, I wouldn't have known about that. Beyonce without my students, for sure. And I know more about Taylor Swift than I would ever know because of the students.
Yes.
So and I think it's fun. I think what she's doing and Beyonce's doing and Rihanna, I don't know. I guess she hasn't come out with anything recently, or has she?
Wow. Good job. I was about to correct you and be like, Mom, Rihanna hasn't released anything.
I know she has.
But then you knew that.
No, I don't think she has.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So, you know, in terms of pop, right? That, and of course, the Wicked movies and Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. I mean, that, and I watched Cynthia Erivo in the Jesus Christ Superstar thing she did here. I thought was amazing. You know, Adam Lambert. I mean, I kind of try to stay.
Adam Lambert.
Yeah.
That's a niche girl for sure.
A niche girl.
Yeah, but I love that.
Yeah.
Did we run into him out here?
I don't think so.
I feel like we might have a story with him.
No, I don't have a story. You might, but
we have a couple. We've run into
a few people.
We've run into a few people. It's fun. Yeah. What is it that you enjoy about having, you know, sons in LA?
Oh, I love coming out here and visiting. It's great. Yeah. I just love the weather. I love that you both landed in the West. I'm originally from the West, from New Mexico. So I think that's kind of fun that you both gravitated to the West. Yeah. My dream school to go to was USC back when I was young. And then I didn't get to go, but then you did. So that was really cool. Except that I knew you were never coming home.
Oh.
After I dropped you off at college, I walked away. I'll never forget. And I said, he's never coming back. And you haven't, but that's okay. So I said to myself, I can get on an airplane. I can visit. Yeah. And seeing your friends, seeing your neighborhoods, the various neighborhoods you've lived in and Marcus has now lived in, just walking around the different architecture, the feel, the people. Yeah.
Is there anything, I mean, obviously you're just visiting for like a weekend or so at the time. Right. But is there anything that you've sort of noticed in terms of how LA has changed over the years and the course of?
No, I don't know that I could. You comment on that a lot.
I know, I comment on it a lot.
So I would just be saying what you say.
I say.
Yeah, that it's changed. I couldn't
You
comment.
couldn't articulate.
Except, well, I guess I noticed when weed became legal.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
And then
that was a change.
That was a change. Well, dipping into the weed shops.
And also you were out here when gay marriage was legalized.
Well, that's true. That's a really great on that day.
Yeah.
That it
was that the Abbey
yes.
day? That was the day of the Abbey? Or that was a different day?
I see us at Gay Kickball for that. I have an image.
We did Gay Kickball.
And I think we just all screamed and yelled and celebrated. It was pretty fun when it was official. And I was out here.
Yeah, that was fun that you were here for that.
That was.
It was one of those things where, it could have happened any day.
Right.
Who knows what the day is that it's going to fall on or whatever. But yeah, that was super fun. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Well, thank you, Brittany.
Do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to ask me?
Ask you.
Yeah, is there anything you want to ask me?
How was it getting ready today with your mom in the room? Did it make a difference for you to have me around?
That's interesting.
Because this is the first
that I got ready around you. Yeah, that's a great question. I think that I'm going to say this with regret, but I think I did well with my makeup today. And I was like, I think, and I was pretty efficient with it. And you were very conscious of time. You're like, it was the theater teacher in you, I think, that was constantly being
Total.
like, okay, it's 3:30, it's 4 p.m. now, when should we be getting dinner? It's like, it was very, it was nice. I mean, it was nice in terms of
40 minutes, Brittany.
Yeah. It was like, I was whereas sometimes when I'm doing makeup or whatever, I get lost in the doing it. And then I look down and I'm like, oh, because I have a tendency of going down these wormholes and these rabbit holes of just thinking while doing it. And so it was nice. It kept me very on top of things.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it again then.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
I did.
Enjoy this?
Yes.
Yeah. You were a little nervous before.
I was. This was great.
Yeah. We kept it light.
Keep it light.
But we got deep.
Yes.
Don't you think?
We can. Yeah.
We can. We go in and out. We go
in and out. Ride the wave.
Ride the wave. Ride the wave. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to season 2. This has been so fun. It's been such a rewarding project for me to uplift, so many of the fellow queens in the community. It's been awesome to have this sort of special bonus episode to maybe you see where I got some of it from, where some of the queendom
energy
comes from. Queen MB, because you did. I mean, growing up, you were Queen MB.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
and
sure.
What was what's the other thing? Diva. You always talked about being a diva.
Yeah. I was kind of crowned that in my little acting troupe that I was a little bit of a diva. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe,
maybe it runs in the family.
From. Exactly. So yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know how you felt about season 2. Obviously we didn't talk about anybody in the conversation. So let me know who's popping off right now. Because as we all know, when you're an it girl, conversation is currency. See you soon.